Turning point or pointless turn. Will DR Congo-Rwanda deal bring peace? From critical minerals to M23 and grassroots exclusion, experts weigh in on whether the US brokered agreement can succeed. Cape Town, South Africa. 5 months ago, with a single social media post, United States President Donald Trump put 500,000 people in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, at risk when he announced the closure of USAID, the single biggest aid donor in the country. A few days ago in Washington, D.C., the same administration claimed credit for extricating the Congolese people from a decades-long conflict often described as the deadliest since World War II. This year alone, thousands of people have died and hundreds of thousands have been displaced. While the White House may be celebrating its diplomatic triumph in brokering a peace deal between tense neighbors DRC and Rwanda, for skeptical observers and people caught up in conflict and deprivation in eastern DRC, the mood is bound to be far more muted, experts say. I think a lot of ordinary citizens are hardly moved by the deal and many will wait to see if there are any positives to come out of it, said Michael Odhiambo, a peace expert for Irene International in Uvira in eastern DRC, where 250,000 displaced people lost access to water due to Trump's aid cutbacks. Odhiambo suggests that for Congolese living in towns controlled by armed groups, like the mineral-rich area of Rabaya, held by M23 rebels, U.S. involvement in the war may cause anxiety, rather than relief. There is fear that American peace may be enforced violently as we have seen in Iran. Many citizens simply want peace, and even though this is dressed up as a peace agreement, there is fear it may lead to future violence that could be justified by America protecting its business interests. The agreement, signed by the Congolese and Rwandan foreign ministers in Washington on Friday, is an attempt to staunch the bleeding in a conflict that has raged in one form or another since the 1990s. At the signing, Rwandan Foreign Minister Olivier Nduhungirehe called it a turning point, while his Congolese counterpart, Therese Kayakwamba Wagner, said the moment had been long in coming. It will not erase the pain, but it can begin to restore what conflict has robbed many women, men and children of safety, dignity and a sense of future, Wagner said. Trump has meanwhile said he deserves to be lauded for bringing the parties together, even suggesting that he deserves a Nobel Prize for his efforts. While the deal does aim to quell decades of brutal conflict, observers point to concerns with the fine print, that it was also brokered after Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi said in March that he was willing to partner with the U.S. on a minerals for security deal. Experts say U.S. companies hope to gain access to minerals like tantalum, gold, cobalt, copper and lithium that they desperately need to meet the demand for technology and beat China in the race for Africa's natural resources. But this has raised fears among critics that the U.S.'s main interest in the agreement is to further foreign extraction of eastern DRC's rare earth minerals, which could lead to a replay of the violence seen in past decades, instead of a de-escalation.